2018 Nissan Maxima. I'm doing a rear pad brake change, just the pads, not the rotors. So what you want to do is after you get your wheel off, you want to come over here and there's 14mm caliper bolts. There's one on the top, but we're only going to get the one on the bottom off. It's a 14mm, and once we get this off, we'll be able to remove the whole caliper. I'll show you how. Let's go ahead and get this off. The bolt comes out as it's like a bolt caliper pin combination, so that this whole thing just comes out. Then we could wiggle this up, lift it all the way up, and then slide it straight backwards, and then it'll come off. I'm gonna rest this over the control arm to support the brake line. Just right here. I don't want it hanging from the brake line, and now it's out of the way. Gonna go ahead and remove the pads. I'm gonna pull this out. Notice it has a sensor on the inside, a squealer sensor, whatever you want to call it. Then we're going to get this one out. These are factory Nissan pads. These have factory shims on them. If you want to take the caliper bracket off, it's these two bolts right here, and then you could remove this, and if you want, you could take your rotor off to go get it machined or replace it. But like I said, I'm just doing a pad slap today. So I have Value Advantage Nissan brake pads. These are like Nissan's like Value line pads. Here's the part number. These have shims attached to them. Save those other shims if you're not using the factory pads, because if you ever go factory again, like the OEM pads, then those shims go on those new ones. But here's my new pads. Sensor goes on the inside. I'm gonna put my sensor on the top because on the bottom, because I feel like that's where it wears out the fastest. But you could put your sensor on the top or the bottom. Here's my outside pad. These are just these don't have any sensors on them. These just go on the outside. Let's go ahead and put this in. All right. Now once those are in, I have to compress the caliper piston so I can have so it'll have more room to go over these new pads. So I have a tool to do it, but if you don't have a tool, you could Google it. There's many ways to compress a caliper piston. Just Google other ways to do it, and a C-clamp, or just any kind of tool that could push something. So once this is in, you might need to massage the caliper boot just to make sure it's not poking out too much. It doesn't have to be perfect. But once that's ready, I put a little lube on my slide pins. I'm just going to slide this back into place, and since I never unscrewed it, I don't have to worry about tightening it. Bring this down here, make sure that this little grommet is lined up with the hole, and then I'll take my bottom caliper bolt slide pin and stick it in, and then tighten this down. All right. Now that that's tight, that's pretty much how to do a pad replacement on a 2018 Nissan Maxima in the rear. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video.